Nicole Nafziger and Azen Tefu were one of the first 90-day fiancé couples whose storyline captivated me, and possibly one of the last. They made their debut on the TLC show in season 4. Nicole, who was 21 at the time, from Florida, and Azen, then 24, and from Morocco, met online. But there were problems from the start, including different cultures, clashing expectations, and serious communication issues. Viewers, like myself, questioned if they were in it for the right reasons. And Azen's vocalness about Nicole's weight and fitness level quickly suggested he wasn't as in love with her as he tried to portray. Clearly, Nicole and Azen aren't a recipe for success, as they ended on bad terms. Despite this, I still found myself rooting for them. I wanted to believe in this couple, and it's part of what kept me hooked on 90 Day Fiancé during the early seasons when the stakes weren't as dramatic. Nicole and Azen felt real in a way that many modern 90 Day Fiancé couples just don't have anymore, which is a sign of a bigger problem in the franchise. Azen admits he was only 55% attracted to Nicole. Don't get me wrong, Nicole and Azen are not inspirational. I'll never forget how Azen admitted to only being 55% attracted to her. They fought about everything, and I cringed every time Nicole tried forcing PDA on Azen in public. And it was definitely problematic. She had her toddler call him dad before they even met in person. To me, it seemed like Nicole was desperate to force things to work and ignoring red flags, while Azen was trying to convince himself he could do this long term. So why did I root for them? Their rawness was part of the appeal. They weren't perfectly packaged influencers trying to boost their following or get cast in a new spin-off. Other than their romance, there was nothing out of the ordinary about Azen and Nicole. They both seemed like two flawed people, trying and repeatedly failing to make a difficult relationship work. It wasn't pretty to watch, but it felt authentic. Nicole was naive and could be a bully, but she also had an underdog quality. She seemed to believe in their love story, no matter how delusional she came across. It was frustrating to watch, but it also gave me more hope that they get a happy ending, or at least a reality check. Nicole and Azen broke up years ago, and their wedding never happened. I think it was clear by the end that Azen never really loved Nicole, and seems to have been in the relationship for other reasons. And Nicole was guilty of focusing more on securing a partner than confronting obvious issues with the relationship. It's interesting that, despite their popularity, Azen and Nicole never became series regulars. Unlike other 90 Day Fiancé stars, they haven't moved on to a spin-off or launched products on social media. They largely faded into the background. While Nicole sometimes posts online and even teased Azen's death for clicks on a sponsored post, they haven't capitalized on their 90-day fame. But this also explains why I felt more attached to them than other couples. Look at Darcy Silva. Since her original appearance on the franchise, she has returned repeatedly, cycling through men and surgeries, and even landing her own TLC spin-off Darcy and Stacy. There's also Ed Brown, who's built an entire public persona around remaining on the franchise, no matter how many failed relationships he has. His girlfriend keeps changing, but Big Ed manages to stick around. Even on 90 Day Fiancé's latest season, the throuple seems more intent on finding fame than love, considering they have a history on reality TV. When I think about these more recent 90 Day Fiancé cast members, Azen and Nicole's relatively quiet exit feels refreshing. They've returned to somewhat normal lives after their time in the spotlight. It makes their decision to go on the show seem authentic, not motivated by a desire for clout, at least even if their relationship wasn't true love. Nicole and Azen represented something that's increasingly rare on 90 Day Fiancé, a couple who felt unscripted and unpolished. They weren't chasing brand deals or spin-offs. Their story wasn't fabricated simply for its viral potential. And I think that's why they were the last couple I truly had hope for, since at least it felt like they were really in it, however misguided their reasons may have been. In the modern 90-day universe, clout seems more important than connection. But Nicole and Azen are a reminder of what the show used to be. Colt Johnson appears to be a 90 Day Fiancé lifer, starring on several spin-offs and reiterations of a series. Next up, he joined singles Soulja Boy and Rob Warren on 90 Day Hunt for Love. The only issue is, apparently he's still married. A new series is coming from TLC. Well, sort of new. 90 Day Hunt for Love is the latest of over 15 spin-offs in the 90 Day Fiancé universe, this time highlighting Colt Johnson, Rob Warren, Usman Sojaboy Umar, and others for a dating series that adds a Love Island-type twist to its usual shtick. Skipping the need for K-1 visas, in Hunt for Love, cast members cohabitate with other singles in order to ultimately pair off. Additional cast members include Tim Malcolm, Courtney Reardans, Jennifer Tarazona, and Chantel Everett. This time it is implied that everyone is a U.S. citizen, and one may also assume from the literal premise available. Turns out this may not be the case. According to the one source for 90 Day Fiancé T, Shibre dropped some facts on Twitter, and according to him, Colt and his second wife Vanessa are still married. Though it appears Guerra did try to get legally divorced from Johnson, issues with the paperwork have them allegedly back to square one. Error in the documentation means Vanessa will have to pay the filing fee again if she wants to separate from Colt officially. Interesting to note that Johnson has appeared on both 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life, and now 90 Day Hunt for Love looking for a partner, despite nearly always being in a relationship. Jasmine Pineda from 90 Day The Last Resort is facing the heat for a bold new video featuring her baby Matilda that fans think shows her putting her daughter's life in danger. Jasmine and Gino Palazzolo have become one of the most controversial 90 Day Fiancé couples in recent times. They attempted to save their marriage through couples therapy, where Gino agreed to have an open marriage involving Jasmine's friend Matt Brownies. After Jasmine left Gino, she became pregnant with Matt's baby. She claims she's not in love with either Gino or Matt anymore, even though Jasmine lives with Matt in Florida now, away from Gino with a baby. Jasmine insists she has a co-parenting relationship with her baby daddy, Matt, and that he's not her boyfriend. She's standing by her decision while being accused of making her baby feel unsafe in a new video. Jasmine recently posted a video of her working out. While it's not a new content type for Jasmine, this time, she had her baby strapped to her chest as she performed various workouts, such as using a kettlebell and battle ropes. While Jasmine wished to talk about how she was ready to reclaim her strength after having a baby, her followers thought what she was doing was dangerous. One of Jasmine's fans, Chanel 2 Sneakers, advised, "Tell Matt to at least watch the baby while you work out." In the comments, Jasmine replied, "You have no idea about our co-parenting dynamics." Jasmine has always been passionate about fitness, inspiring fans to lead healthier lives through regular workouts and clean eating. Even before moving to the U.S., she frequently shared fitness content on social media. Recently, she launched her own vegan protein powder, which flew off the shelves. Jasmine also met her baby daddy, Matt, at the gym. She continued working out throughout her pregnancy, despite gaining over 70 pounds, her highest weight to date, and is now focused on losing it. Jasmine has stated that Matt doesn't live with her and that they are not in a relationship. She hasn't shared what job Matt has in Florida. It means his work schedule is not known to her followers. While some may speculate she brought her baby to the gym to create rage-bait content or irresponsibly, it seems more likely that she simply lacks childcare support, especially if Matt is unavailable due to work. This may be what Jasmine is referring to when she asks fans to understand their co-parenting situation. This isn't Jasmine's first time being a mom. The 38-year-old former teacher already has two 13-year-olds, in addition to baby Maddie. With years of parenting experience, Jasmine knows what she's doing, even when bringing her baby to the gym due to a lack of childcare. It was also probably a one-time situation. Still, the backlash allowed Jasmine to defend Matt, her baby's father. While he may currently be in the friend zone, Jasmine's support hints that Matt could eventually become the 90 Day, The Last Resort star's long-term partner. I don't think that 90 Day Fiancé alum Biniyam Shibre deserves more time in the franchise since he is an admitted cheater with other concerning flaws. Now 35-year-old Ethiopian native Biniyam got a start in the network in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 2, which aired in 2020. His early journey with New Jersey native Ariella Ari Weinberg was highlighted as Ari was pregnant with their first child together. Binny had previously been married to another American woman, whom he had a child with, although they divorced and Binny's ex went back to America with their son. Ari and Binny's journey continued on The Other Way Season 3, as Ari and Binny had conflict over Binny not fulfilling what was expected out of him as a father and partner. Moreover, their relationship struggles were exacerbated by Ari taking their son, Avi, back to America for hernia surgery. I know Binny feared Ari wouldn't come back and would take their son, like his ex-wife did. Ari returned to Ethiopia, and the pair filed for the K-1 visa. They appeared in 90 Day Fiancé Season 9, where they got married, but their relationship continued to encounter issues. Ari and Bini appeared in several episodes of 90 Day Diaries, where their marriage issues were front and center. Bini had moved to Las Vegas, and Ari was suspect about his behavior in Sin City. She was splitting her time between New Jersey and Las Vegas with their son. Ari thought Bini's priorities were mixed up, and she and Bini both thought they were headed for divorce at that time. Due to their impasses, Ari and Bini appeared on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, which was filmed in March 2024. Ari and Bini arrived at the couple's therapy-style resort after not having seen each other in months. Ari had been in Ethiopia with their son, while Bini was living large in Las Vegas while working as an entertainer. Ari came in hot, as she wanted Biniyam to admit that he cheated on her. Ari claimed to have the receipts via photos of Bini kissing another woman. However, when confronted, Bini refused to admit to anything and brushed off the topic completely. He countered Ari with the notion that he wanted access back to his social media accounts. Ari, who had been Bini's manager, had sole access to Bini's accounts, which I later learned was because Bini was prone to getting extorted and scammed by women. However, to extend an olive branch, Ari gave Bini his access back, but I saw it do nothing to save their marriage. The pair left the resort early, officially broken up but still married, and willing to co-parent. While I didn't think The Last Resort had much value for Ari because Bini wouldn't participate and take accountability, my feelings changed during the tell-all. At the tell-all, Bini was pressed by host Sean Robinson to come clean about Aris' insistence that he cheated. Bini revealed that he cheated on Ari while she was pregnant with their child. However, Bini did not admit to the recent alleged cheating where Ari had pictures. I find it abhorrent that Bini ran from the truth about his actions for so long and gaslit Ari all along. Ari was vindicated for her emotional outbursts towards Bini and for calling him out in the first place. Given that Bini is an admitted cheater, I don't think that kind of person deserves more time in the 90 Day Fiancé spotlight. The other problem I have with Bini is his poor parenting. While I don't doubt that Bini has love for his 2 children, I don't think he knows how to be an effective parent and present father. During the tell-all, Bini made an admission that I found very telling. "I want to change. I want to be a good father." This statement says to me that Bini knows he hasn't been a good dad. He has not been in Ava's life the way he should because he is focused on the wrong things. Based on Aris evidence and Bini's cheating revelation, Bini has been putting more time and effort into chasing women than he has in his home life with his son, where his responsibilities belong. Biniyam's first marriage dissolved, according to what Bini told Aris' mother Janice, because Bini could not fulfill his promises, was emotionally distant, and was caught messaging other women. I see that Bini has a pattern of being a bad partner, which, in turn, has made him a poor father. I don't feel it's a positive step for the 90 Day Fiancé franchise to allow Bini more airtime, so myself and other fans can see what a poor job Bini is doing being in his son's life the way he should. If anything, that sends the wrong message about what's acceptable, and it would drive me up the wall. Bini is also an entertainer for a living. He is a dancer and acrobat, and takes jobs in the entertainment industry where he can make money from his skills. Bini also proved that he likes to be the center of attention during The Last Resort Season 2, which makes me question his motives for continuing to be on the show while his personal life is falling apart. I think Bini has clout-chasing motives and is using the show to further his career as an entertainer, and that's not something I want to see rewarded with him being on more network shows. Keeping Bini around in the franchise sends the wrong message. Now that Bini is single and living in America, he could be featured on 90 Day, The Single Life, but I know what his patterns are. I don't think it would be wise to subject potential daters and the 90 Day Fiancé audience to what Bini would likely do, which is cheat, lie, and be irresponsible. Moreover, I believe Bini would just be looking to advance his TV time and keep himself relevant, were he to remain a figure in the franchise. I don't see his character in the franchise holding value anymore, now that I know who he really is.